This is Edita and Maciek from Borgo Dicciano. At the end of 2021, we bought a property in Tuscany, Italy, which we bring back to life to not only live in, but also to create a dream vacation destination for you. Our property contains 5 old buildings and several hectares of land. And today we're working on garden and the house number 2. This is our first piece of garden, created 2 years ago. It was the first place on our property where we could sit comfortably, breathe and admire the view, as we were still living in a temporary house at that time. It's also where we planted our first plants, such as lavender, which is why we've always had a special fondness for it. It also signals the upcoming season, and now that it's overblown and ready to be cut, we know fall is just around the corner. This year we're only pruning lavender from previous years, as the new one planted in the spring of 2025 hasn't yet flowered. As you might imagine, next year we'll have twice as much work, and we'd also love to hear your ideas on what to do with so much cut lavender so it doesn't go to waste. Since we'll unfortunately be throwing away the cut lavender, we don't tie it into a bouquet when cutting. It's easier to cut it with a sharp tool and rake the flowers. And this is what our first piece of garden looks like, ready for fall. And we were just creating it not long ago. Now that we've completed the entire stone facade, we still need to do a few more exterior elements. Among them, we've completed the installation of the copper gutters. The house now matches so much the surroundings, it's hard to believe that just a few months ago it looked like this and served us as temporary home. The insulation foil on the ground floor was recently installed. You saw all the details in previous episodes. Now Maciek is installing it on the first floor. Along with the foil, Maciek is also installing the heat recovery ventilation elements. On this floor, due to the decorative ceiling, which will obviously won't be covered with plasterboard, the ventilation inputs and outputs will be located on the walls. This makes it easier to install the ventilation elements together with the foil. In places where ventilation pipes will be run, Maciek didn't install horizontal boards and also used one layer of foil, so as not to add additional centimeters to the wall thickness. The advantage of a Tuscan ceiling like the one you see in the video is that it looks beautiful and adds charm to the rooms. But due to the number of beams it contains, much more work needs to be done to fit an insulation or plasterboard. It was time to drill into the floor between the floors to connect later the ventilation pipes. In house number 1 the ceiling was mostly concrete, so we rented a special machine then. This time the ceiling was easier to drill through and we used our own tools. The entire heat recovery ventilation system was planned for us by a company specializing in this type of ventilation. They prepared the plans for us to ensure the ventilation gives us the proper airflow in the building, and we are handling its installation. We did the same in the building number 1.